like me and you don't love fall, but you love a good fall read, these are some of my favorites. Local Woman Missing may be my favorite mystery thriller that I've ever read. It starts off with a mom and daughter who go missing, and then shortly after, another woman from the same town disappears, and what follows is a chilling multi-perspective narrative which leaves you questioning every single person. The suspense was unreal and I was hooked from the very first page. The Housemaid series, I've read all three. The third one's at my apartment in Miami, but this series is so thrilling. I cannot wait for the movie adaptation of the first book, The Housemaid. It starts off with Millie, who is desperate for a job, and she accepts a job with the wealthy Winchester family, and what seems like a picture-perfect world ends up being something completely different. It is so good. Never lie, it's creepy, it's claustrophobic, and you cannot put this down when you pick it up. The main characters are Trisha and Ethan. They're newlyweds. They're house hunting and they get trapped at this estate, which they learn used to belong to a psychiatrist who mysteriously vanished. And Trisha, as they get snowed in, they can't leave, and Trisha starts to uncover things about the house and her husband, and this is such a good read. The Last Mrs. Parrish, this is a story that you can devour in one weekend. It starts off with Amber Patterson, and she is sick of being a nobody, and so she sets her sights on a woman named Daphne Parrish, and she concocts a plan to basically steal her life. As Amber gets higher and higher, she realizes there are secrets that she could have never anticipated. This is devious. The Boyfriend, I finished this in one 3-hour plane ride. It starts off with Emma, the main character, and she meets Derek, who seems like the absolute perfect boyfriend. He's kind, he's attentive, he's stable, but slowly as she gets to know Derek more, she starts to think maybe he has a darker side. The twist in this completely got me. It was so good, and like I said, I read it in one plane ride, and normally I sleep on planes, so this is a really good fall read to pick up. Pretty Girls, this is not for the faint of heart. This is one of the most horrifying books I've ever read. It is truly so scary, but it is so good, and I had to finish it and figure out what happened. But after years of distance, these two sisters are brought back together after the disappearance of one of their husbands. And as they dive into the past, they start uncovering these horrifying truths that are linked to their family and a string of missing girls. And trigger warning, this is not for the faint of heart, but it is really good. Happy reading!